welcome. Come on in, come on in. How has your week been? That is excellent. You've had rain, yeah. So we, unfortunately, but not a lot you can do about that. Anyway, lovely to welcome you back onto this week's vlog, and this week it's more of a scenic cruise. I'm going from Goldstone Wharf down to Shebdon Wharf. There's some beautiful countryside on the Shropshire Union Canal, and I wanted to share some of that with you. So I've tried to keep the talking down as much as possible, and only intermittent music this week for all you music lovers. That's so that you can listen to the bird song and the peace and quiet and the tranquility that I enjoyed as I made the cruise. So without further ado, let's get on. Well, here we are then, leaving Goldstone Wharf and the Wharf Tavern, and I've just left the water point, which is on the starboard side. Goldstone itself is a small hamlet and is isolated rural area north of Hitstock and Ellerton, and around 5 miles, which is 8 kilometres, south of the nearest town, which is of course Market Drayton. I found this stretch of the Shropshire Union Canal to be one of the most picturesque that I travelled on in a long time, which is partly the reason why I'm going to keep my yattering down to a minimum and let you enjoy this beautiful scenery. The water being so still is giving some really wonderful reflections of the passing countryside as we cruise through it. Like most of canals, this particular stretch has a number of linear moorings on the offside which are privately owned. They are in some of the most beautiful locations. I can imagine they are very much sought after. Some of them, there are quite an expanse and it goes on for anything up to a mile. Others, like this one, are just very, very compact with enough for about 5 or 6 boats. Beautiful. Coming up on our starboard side, the right hand side, is an amazing wooden narrowboat. I saw it a couple of times on this stretch. I'd love to know more about it, so if anyone knows anything about it, please do pop it in the comments below. I'm not sure whether narrowboat is the correct name for that particular boat, but it sure is narrow. This stretch of canal certainly shows you how flat the ground and terrain is around these canals. Love these stone bridges we come across, and this one is sort of built on an angle. It's hard to imagine that this was built so many hundred years ago. Amazing, absolutely marvellous. That's workmanship. I doubt very much whether we would get that today. It would be some steel or iron concreted bridge environment. Nothing like we have on the canals today that we can marvel at. Just coming up on our port side now is the Large X chocolate factory, which now produces dried milk items such as Bird's Custard, Marvel dried milk, and of course Angel Delight. It's hard to imagine that all these years ago barges would turn up here to deposit raw materials and to collect the wonderful chocolate that we now also enjoy so much today. After the woods, we come along the very long and straight Shebdon embankment. This is obviously has taken a considerable amount of stone and clay, probably from the big cut-ins that we've been through already on our journey, which have made this stand so upright and proud for so many years. And at the end of which are the Shebdon Wharf moorings, visitor moorings. And it is here that I will conclude my journey for today. Thank you for joining me. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did actually doing that cruise. I was really hoping to spend some time on my return journey at some of those beautiful locations, but as those of you that follow me on Facebook will know, things all went downhill, but more about that in a future vlog. So all I can say is thank you so very much. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for following me on my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter accounts. That's brilliant to have you along, and I just love reading your comments. Thank you so much. As you can see, I'm at the junction of the Hurlstone Hurlstone Flight of Locks, which takes you onto the Llangollen. I'm not going up the Llangollen today, but I will be going up. Well, time is just going off. But I will be going up the Llangollen in the near future, and I'm really excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to my autumn cruise, especially with the colours of the trees, which I hope will be as stunning as in past years. But until then, it's time to say a cheerio for this week. Thank you all again for everything you say, all your wonderful comments, and for watching my vlogs. It is so much appreciated. Thank you very much. Have yourselves the most amazing week. Look after yourselves and keep healthy. And until we meet again next week, this is Ian aboard Morning Star saying ta-da.